Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. The views are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, man, look, got a question. Hope you can answer it. Ladies, do you prefer to be the hunter or the hunted? Is it okay for a woman to be the aggressive one when you're looking for a mate? One of the questions tonight. Got answers? Like to hear them. Everybody say what's up to Maurice Bishop.
What's happening, babe?
Man.
Man, y'all was out. I was trying to catch you the other day. I was like, "Jack on it." I missed you.
Colorado, bro. Colorado.
I saw the big sky. I saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you probably wouldn't want to come back after going to that. That's the way I felt about Tech. The same way. I turned around and looked up at the sky. I was like, dang, this is too dope. This was too dope.
I ain't going back. Never. I ain't going back. I'm good.
All right. Well, you there now?
Man.
Are you there now?
I said man.
Oh, bruh.
What's the mystery?
All right. I'll leave that alone. Man.
A hell of a lot of inbox asking me, what are you going to do? You staying? You going? Man, whatever God puts in front of me is what I'm going to do.
That's what's important right there.
That's it, man. So it's beautiful. Beautiful out here, though. I'll put it like that. It is very beautiful out here. Only thing is I've been more, I ain't gonna say ill, tired than anything. So that's the Mile High City.
Yeah.
So it's an
adjustment.
Yeah.
On your lungs. That's for sure.
It's a big adjustment. I'm back now, but it's a huge adjustment, man. But it got me thinking about some things.
Hey, bro. That's the reason why I said, I remember the first time somebody said, get out, go see something, man. You ain't got no kids, you ain't got nothing. Go see something. And your kid's grown, so shit. I mean, go. Have a good time.
I had some business down there, and my son and his crew were able to film a music video there. You'll be checking it out soon. Up in the mountains, bro. Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's exactly how I felt, man. It's like, dude, where have I been? And it feels like you've been in a tunnel or cave or something when you go out that way.
Dude,
you go out west.
A couple of more trips coming up in the next couple of weeks, in a couple of weeks after that. So make sure I handle that, man. But you know what? Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking, man.
All right. I heard the intro.
Yeah, so I know you're in a married situation and that's all good, but did your wife pursue you or did you pursue her?
Actually, it was like a split deal, At first I was pursuing and then I started backing up, and then she turned around and started pursuing.
So basically it's the we both knew what we wanted, but we didn't want to tell each other.
Right. And then you find out about it and you're like, yeah, all right, okay, I'm good. And I was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna rack my brain over this. As soon as I said that, I became prey.
And then you can laugh about it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's all good and cool. I mean, I used to take her out to dinner. Then it turned around. She came over, took me out to dinner a couple of times. I was like, oh, okay.
So what point did you know that after pursuing, after all of that, she was the one?
Oh, actually, dude, to be truthful, the first time she told me she loved me.
Oh,
that's what I knew. Yeah, she told me she loved me first.
That's what's up.
So, and when she told me she loved me, it was on. Been on for the next. We've been married for 25, been together for 30. So I mean,
on for 30 years.
Yeah, been together for 30.
That's what's good. Everybody say what's up to Suzette Hayes.
Suzette! Greg, I was so worried about you. I thought you was out there.
No, he ain't worried about him. Trust me. When he showed me that picture of the sky, I knew what a man was at. Sis, let me tell you. When he showed the picture of the sky, I knew he wasn't coming back. I'm like, oh man, he's done. I remember going out there.
If my baby, is he gonna come back? I was so worried about him being roasted. and then turned over and roasted again.
Nah.
Well done, not rare.
Yeah, it was
Nah.
like, hey, Maurice, it was like 110 out there. 109.
Hey, but it's totally different. It's totally
It's a
different.
totally different kind of heat, ain't it, Greg?
Yeah.
Man, it's different. You know, you gotta stay
Trust me,
hydrated.
I've been there.
Stay hydrated and eat at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
You can't do one and not do the other and
I know.
survive. Okay, you got to have something in your stomach, and you have to be hydrated, and you'll be cool. If you're hydrated, you're okay, but you're not cool. You'll get that headache. If you eat and you don't hydrate, you'll get a worse headache. If
You not experience all three.
Yeah.
You were in a hotel. Were you in a hotel or a residence?
I was in the house.
Well, I was gonna say because I would have had my head in the ice maker.
Oh, I did.
Well,
yeah.
See, you know what's so crazy about that? I remember the air being real thin.
Yeah.
That was the thing that got me. You know, it's like you used to chew on your air and swallowing it versus breathing, and you get down there and you wake up in the morning and you feel and you look at the sky and you're like, man, it's a big different. It's a whole different world.
I remember he said it was hot.
Oh,
I kept
yes.
looking at the CNN. They talking about 100. I said, Greg is out there great.
But that's
Greg.
You know what's so crazy about that is that's the regular.
I did say it was hot but peaceful. Okay.
Well, Foot, if you gone and you roasted and you gone, that's peaceful. That's the best peace there is. If you gone, Lord Jesus, we want you to be peaceful now.
As long as you don't wake up in the morning, the devil sitting in the corner. It's so hot sometimes. What's up, bro?
Look, it ain't nothing.
Wait, devil can't do nothing with you. You is all right.
I said he just gonna say what's up. He can't do nothing else.
I had a purpose to go down there. There was a purpose, and without saying too much, did y'all like the house?
Did not like the house.
Did you like the house?
Oh, I didn't see the house. I have to go back.
That was nice. It was really nice. It reminds me of Southwestern flavor.
And where was this at? In Delaware? Where was this at? Where were you at?
Denver, Colorado.
Colorado. You get a cowboy hat while you were there?
No. Wrong spot,
baby. Ride a
horse?
Yeah, no, I didn't ride a horse.
Huh?
I didn't ride a horse. I did some.
Stop it. Stop. Shut up. Shut it up.
I'm about to say what's up to my man Jeff Relevant.
You shut it up.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, sir?
Jeff, you gotta talk some life into Greg. I don't know what's going on with him.
He's all right.
Talking about?
He's on a maximum. He's on a maximum chillax.
Crazy.
No,
he's on a maximum chillax. Trust me.
What I'm trying to say is that it was peaceful. I didn't go down there and do no crazy. I went down there for business.
Mm-hmm.
Business was taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
In the house. Okay, I'll put it like that.
Okay, good.
And not no shady business like that. I had to make sure that some things were correct in the house. And that's where I'm gonna leave it.
All right.
Well, that's all right.
So give me some place to go now.
Maurice, you always been my dog, dude. So
I'm finna go across. I'm finna go west.
Myself, then put you out there.
I went for the house, y'all. I went and I stayed in the house. So you're all good. Maurice, you got me.
He probably there right now.
You got me.
It's a beautiful thing, baby.
Jeff, what's going on, baby? Every weekend.
Huh?
That means you can't come up here every weekend like you do.
I can do whatever I want to do. Actually,
that's true. We grow bad out here.
Come on now.
Maybe I should have said it's gonna take you it'll take you a little longer to get here.
Hey, I drove this time.
You drove all the way down there, bro?
14 hours, y'all.
I'm dead.
You were good when I came to it.
No, it was a good, my son was with me. It was a father-son trip. It was good.
Yeah.
And again, while I was being castigated by y'all, everybody say what's up to Life Coach Jeff Relevant. Maurice said already.
I caught part of the, replay, and I caught him on the replay. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Awesome, man.
Hi, Life Coach Jeff Relevant.
How you doing, Suzette? How you been?
Again, I had to Friday. I had to give my man Jeff some props. Well, I don't want to call him props. I call him his flowers.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Fantastic guy, man.
Bro, I must say this before we go any further. We got a whole bouquet over here for you. Thank you.
Jeff, right?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to just get a
giving you
little bit out
flowers
the bouquet.
back to you. Give me
Jeff, I don't think you understand, but you are very important to us. All right.
Oh man, that's beautiful, man. I love that.
You're very important to us, and I just want to make sure, like I said, doors open for you at all times. Suzette, same with you. You know,
Oh, I know.
doors open all the time. You know,
I already know. As Big Mommy said, I'm is important.
he is important.
there you go. But I wanted to get these questions. You know, while I was there, I was actually pursued.
What? I told you.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't, you know,
What you talking?
It's interesting.
I didn't
Go.
want to.
It's too hot to run, wasn't it? Just had
No,
to walk and just
it
take.
wasn't a run thing. It was a lady of Arab descent. I was at the Colorado Mills Mall.
Oh,
What's wrong with your bad self?
do tell.
She was walking, doing something. She was walking and she saw me.
Pay no attention.
You know, she spoke, and
Mhm.
I was like, okay, cool. You know, nice looking lady. She was nice looking, long hair, nice colored skin.
I got some long
Okay.
hair downstairs. Go ahead.
Hers was on her head though. It was real good.
It's
Suzette,
mine
you're a fool.
downstairs. It could be anywhere. Downstairs on the head is mine.
Can't let that out.
Customer, go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But, you know, I'm very respectful. So, you know, I spoke, and you know, someone's like, "Dad, better get it. Dad, better get it." I'm like, "No, I'm cool." So, but she, you know, she was actually, and Jeff, you know, I'm saying this so that you can hear it and dissect it.
Okay. All right.
So she was saying, "Did I have a card?" I said, "Well, I'm not from here, and
Okay.
I'm going to be leaving, you know, soon."
Uh-huh.
Like, well, where are you from? I said, Gary, Indiana, near Chicago. She said, yeah.
Shut your mouth.
She said, I'm around Chicago all the time.
Oh, ho, ho.
So you know, if I flew
I'm
out,
gonna be. Go ahead.
she said, if I flew out there,
Oh Lord.
would you know, could I see you? I said, nah, that wouldn't be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Watch yourself.
And she was like, well, you know, I don't know what your holdup is, but I might do it anyway. You got a card? I said, I don't have a card. But then I kind of said, I gotta go. Okay.
You kind of said what?
I gotta go.
That's a good move right there. That was an awesome move.
Okay, you dodged a little bullet there, it sound like.
Yeah, you sure did.
What was
That's
what
not-
was
she's-
her angle? What was she trying to do?
I think she was trying to do some flipping stuff.
What?
See, I mean,
I
Yeah.
don't know. But Jeff, what you think about that?
you know, Drake said it best. He said, "I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time."
Oh, who said that?
Drake.
Oh.
So I'm just trying to bring it down a little bit, you know, so everybody know what I'm saying, you know.
Right.
And hey, it sounded like to me she was trying to make that pass, brother. You know, you knew what it was when she started talking.
I did know what it was, but you know, I guess I'm more of the
I don't know. Go ahead, Greg.
And I'm trying to say this without sounding arrogant and stuff like that. Okay, I am used to being pursued, but I want to pursue. I want the pursuit. I want to do it. You know, I want to see
you
if
want to be the one. You want to be the one to do the pursuing.
Yeah.
So, oh, I see. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the reason for the question tonight?
Yeah, actually, that was the reason for that question.
Yeah. Okay.
There's another question.
All right.
But that one, you know, and I kind of looked up some stuff, and I was hoping Jeff would come on to, you know, kind of express a little bit about that. But let me read this real quick. A lot of women ask, should a woman pursue a man? The first thing we should do, according to this, what I'm reading, is to define the word pursue. By pursuing, they don't mean making your interest known in an aggressive way. There's a fine line between letting the guy know he has the green light to ask you out and chasing him. All right.
Agreed.
And we like to pursue. We are hunters by nature. We
Without a doubt.
We like a challenge. We've done everything to try to get to the woman, you know, but what we don't like is to be rejected. It's straight off ego, and women, you know, they good at that. So, you know, I think, and according to this, they said it's okay to let him know you're interested or open to him pursuing you. And to do that, you got to give him something to let him know that he's interested, like that eye contact.
Yeah.
You know, and some subtle hints, like looking, like when you made that contact, and you guys are talking, looking into his eyes and touching his arm and stuff like that. that tells the guy it's okay to ask you out. That's what they say.
You must have been with me and Donnell. Was you in the next table?
Well, now I'm going to take it.
It sounded like you was over there with him, honey.
Now I'm going to take
Same
it
thing he did. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
I'm going to
serious.
take it to 2021. They also say to like his post. If he's posting something and you like his post, then you know that he's going to look at your profile and seeing the type of person that you are through your Facebook post. And then he'll drop you a message in your DM. You know,
the post thing is a little.
Whoa.
It all depends. It all depends.
That's a little stalker.
Yeah, the post thing, man. It all depends.
Yeah.
I had everything else is good.
Well, wait a minute. Well. Go ahead. Are you down with that? I don't want to keep interrupting.
Well, let me just read the comments.
Go right ahead.
Men have hunting built into them.
That's
do.
right.
All
right.
And Bree says for sure. But you know, at the beginning of time. Well, go ahead, Suzette.
No, I was just gonna say that's the truth because we all come here with, and you tell me if I'm wrong, life coach Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
We all come here with a purpose and a plan of who we should be. And depending on whether or not you're men or women, you come here with a plan. Men are innately hunters.
We
Men
are
innately hunters.
predators.
Now, you can talk all the time about, I see what I want. Well, yeah, you can see what you want, but it's not going to last unless the guy knows what it is that he's supposed to do. Now, if you come up in there doing his job and you trying to do your job too, it's not going to work. One has to hunt. One has to be hunted. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Ashford, the husband. He's not my husband, and he's the husband. Let me tell you about the husband. I met him at the foot doctor, like I told you before.
Examining each other's corns.
No. At the time, I was working at Methodist Hospital.
Whoa, look at that bunion.
I keep clean pedicure. Don't play now.
That's a tiny bunion.
Don't play. I keep a clean pedicure. Now, you just don't ever know where they might end up. Anyway. Listen, I met him at the foot doctor.
I just want to kiss your toes, baby.
That's why I said you got to keep it clean. You got to keep it tight and right, baby. That's what
everybody, it's something out there for a little bit of everybody.
That's why I say you'll never know where to go. You'll never know. So you got to be ready. So I met him at the foot doctor, and we just had a real general conversation. And I think that appointment was at 2:00 because I had to be at work at 4:00. And I'd given him my phone number and everything. And by the time I got off work at 8:30, he knew all there was to know about me because, I love Facebook. He had gone through, and I told him I wasn't talking to nobody. I told him, I told him. And I don't have any pictures up of me and my ex. I never did that. But he went through every last single one of them pictures. He was able to tell me my middle name. He was able to tell me my maiden name. He was able to tell me everything. And from the Facebook page, told more about me. Even though I just post real positive stuff, it just told him who I was. He knew that I was funny, because I talked about Trump while we were sitting there.
Okay.
And he knew I was funny. But see, I said that to say, had I been the first one to say something to him, it may have gone a completely different way. It may have gone a completely different way because men knew, he knew what he wanted.
All right.
And that's true. And I say this because, sometimes, I agree. That's a lot of info. Yeah. That's a lot of info. I will say this though, sometimes now I have been approached by women before when I was single, you know what I mean? And the thing is, they can make a first move. I will say this, sometimes you don't know what's out there. Sometimes you don't know what's in front of you until it can be in front of you and it can be exposed. You know what I mean? So when a woman makes the first move, I think it has to be something subtle. Like we say, the pursuing is different. I'm cool with a, hey, how you doing? Casual conversation. You know what I mean? Because within that moment, I have to make a decision.
Right.
Okay, hey, we cool, we good. I like the way this conversation is going real fast. Maybe you didn't know that she was looking at you. You know what I mean?
Well, go ahead.
Maybe you just didn't know. You said you don't get it?
I know, I get it. I had I'm going to tell you something my wife told me that she had to tell me,
Well, go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
And what it was, we'd be someplace, out in public, and she'd just walk up to me and kiss me. and then turn around and look at a chick dead in her face, you know, and then kiss me again. You know, this is
that was
my
something going.
territory.
See, that was something going on you knew nothing about.
I ain't know nothing about it. I was totally asleep. And, you know, I wasn't out there looking. So, I mean,
well, I'm gonna say this
it's
too,
been more than a few times, you know, where she just walked up to me, you know, touched me on her face or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on? Something's going on, you know, so.
Well, my thing is, you know, too, when you out, see, you gotta, I tend to make it known. When I'm out with my woman, I tend to make it known that I'm taking. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I don't want a lot of, because it's out there. You know what I mean? I don't want a lot of that coming at me when I'm out. You know what I mean? So I tend to, it's certain things I do when I'm out with Megan. You know what I mean? I might put my hand on her hip or bring her close by, give her a little kiss every now and then, joke with her. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to let people, you know what I mean, Suzette? You feel what I'm saying? Because you got to let people know. Yeah, there it is, something like that. You know, a little friendly pat on the butt, something. You know, you gotta let people know out there that you take it.
That's right.
So it's some bold women out there. It's some bold men out there too. It's some bold men out there too.
When we was opening up the stores, man,
out here to write you some checks too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Is that a part of it? Is the money thing? You know, because for me, you know, I think you can tell when somebody's in a good position in their life. I'll put it like that.
That's true.
It's the way that they carry themselves, the way that they walk. Like when I go, and I've been told to kind of curtail this, because some of this stuff is a little bit too, they say braggadocious. But see, you know, you don't know when you're doing it because it's just you. That's
it's just in you.
Right.
But when I go to a store, if I see it and I want it, I get it. I ain't asking no questions. I get it. You know? And they're like, well, you know, you don't have any. Some people say, well, you don't ask them, do they have anything cheaper or do this and that? I said, if that's what I want, that's what you're going to get. You know, why should I have to compromise or dumb down my situation at all? I'm not going to do that.
Big Mama used to say, if she said, baby, if I have $5 and I'm hungry and I go to the store and I see a steak for $4.98, I'm gonna have $2 left until the next time I get some more money.
I'm just saying.
You're supposed to get what you want.
Yeah, Bree Barnett says even when guys approach you, doesn't mean that they get the point when you give an inch. Bree, give an inch, they take a yard.
You know, a lot of times he got to be looking though too. See, if he ain't looking,
right,
he ain't gonna really. Look. If, like for instance, a woman don't know I'm taking out here if I'm by myself. You know what I mean? So. It's been times when it seemed like after I got done with a conversation, I asked myself, was that woman throwing me a bone? I was like, well, screw it. I didn't want the bone no way, so I guess it really don't matter.
It don't matter, right?
It don't matter. But, you know, when you're not looking for it, you can be oblivious.
You sure can. Yeah. Because it's the same thing happens to me, though. But, you know, and one guy was at the gas station. Look at the mess. I was at the gas station. Hey, how you doing? Fine. How you doing? I'm pumping the gas. And he said, hey, I want to talk to you. I said, what? He said, I said, honey, I come as a package. You got to take me and Donnell if we going someplace now. You got to take 3 people. You got to take 3 people. Now, that's the way it is. We go as a package.
Hey, you want to ride? You want to ride? Yeah, if you can take my wife with you.
That's right.
Exactly.
And I told him, I said, Donnell, I eat a lot. So you got to make sure you have enough money to feed me. He just looked at me like I'm crazy.
Sometimes, with the men's situation, at least sometimes even though we're out there searching and looking around, you know, we want to see how many we can get, how, you know, if we still got it, especially when you get up in there. But y'all know me. I got a video. This is 2 minutes, all right? Should a woman pursue a man? I'll check this out real quick and we'll be back on TV.
Should a woman pursue a man? Should she show interest? What should she do? How should she handle those situations? So let me make this very clear. I don't agree or encourage women to chase after any man. And I don't even like the idea of pursuing him, so to speak, as far as an ongoing process of trying to gain his interest. However, I do believe that as a woman, you need to make your interests known and make it clear. You can't expect for a man to know that you're interested or to catch your very subtle hints. And let me say this. Women are the worst hint droppers. You guys swear you're making it clear that you like him and that there's interest, and he has no clue what's really going on and how you feel about him. So you should be able to present that interest, show that you have a desire in him, and then from there, it's on him to decide, okay, you know what? I have interest too. Let's make something work. Let's grow from here. Let's get to know each other, so on and so forth. But to sit back and just wait for the guy who wants you bad enough to initiate, yeah, that works sometimes. But a lot of times, men are just as afraid as women when it comes to approaching people. A lot of men have been shot down, have been rejected, have experienced disappointing situations, or have approached a woman thinking she had interest when she really didn't. And it leads to a lot of disappointment and discouragement. So men have lost a little bit of the fire when it comes to pursuing or approaching women. But when a woman shows that she has clear interest, you make it so much easier for him to now engage with you and create conversation and now take it from there. And women who learn how to do that increase their opportunities, have a much greater rate of success, and many of them move on to have relationships and get married. So don't overlook the need as a woman to show interest. You don't have to chase, you don't have to pursue, but the least you can do is make it known to him that you do have interest and he has the green light to pursue you.
You preached that thing. That was
I
all
love
right.
that.
I'm
You
saying,
preached that.
Hey, Stephen Speaks is the man. I love listening to him. And me and him actually agree on a lot of things. And like we just said earlier, sometimes that man can be oblivious. And sometimes women do not drop the hint and say they think just because they talk to you, they think they just because they talk to you and say hello, or they linger around for a little bit of time more than usual.
I gave you a hint.
Exactly. They think that was the hint. No, baby girl, that wasn't a hint. You men, we are visual. We are direct. You need to open up and speak. You need to say something. And like he said, let the man go ahead and make the decision because we supposed to pursue.
And I know women don't like to hear that. I know
No,
they
don't. No.
But it's the truth. That's the only way it's going to last because you cannot play both parts.
Nope.
You cannot play both parts.
Say that, Suzette.
You can't. You know, you got at some point in the game, you got to exude some femininity. You got to exclude some class. You got to give them a job to do. You got to give him a job to do.
You know what?
His job is to make sure that he can check some of my boxes and I can check some of his.
Girl, you better preach.
Let him do his job. I get so disappointed. You know, I had went out with a couple of guys, you know, and I was like, you know, they didn't approach me first because I was the one approaching first. That's why I was like, you know, forget this. I'm gonna collect my Social Security check and I'm gonna sit on the porch. That's what I'm gonna do. But then at the minute that I said that, the minute I said that and I started letting a man do his job. Like I said, I know women don't want to hear that. I know these independent women, they think because they make more money, they think because they got more stuff, they think because and over here, because if they got house, and it's getting to the point now where if a woman has anything, they've got to the point where they make the men feel so bad till if they have anything or just $10 more than he got, they make them feel bad. You know,
what's up with that?
Yeah, right.
I'm changing this.
Right.
Yeah, girl.
Yes, because let me tell you something.
She got the core word of the day.
Yes, bring out that core comment. That's beautiful. Yes, that hit heavy.
Water too. Quit playing.
You know,
send me a case over here.
And you know, Suzette, it's good you said that. Me and my fiance talk about this stuff all the time, and she is very much so in her femininity. Yeah. And she says that is a big problem with a lot of women nowadays. The independent woman is okay, but the problem is they want to do everything that a man can do.
If you do your job, Jeff, if you do your job, the rest of it will fall together. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
When Donnell and I went out to lunch when we first met, I was just being me. I didn't look like this. I was just being me. I just had my lashes on. I had my hair on.
Yeah.
I had my good Dior lipstick on. I had on my black dress, and I had on those fishnet stockings with the 3-inch spike heel shoes.
Oh, she looked somebody.
It wasn't for that much. It wasn't that much at all.
Exactly. That she was
trying to set some stuff on.
But see, I already
trying to set it on fire.
I already know. and I went. And when I got out the car, he hadn't really seen me because when he met me, I had no makeup. He hadn't really seen me. He didn't know who I was. So he said,
"Wait a minute, hold on."
I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Come on in. Let's go in this restaurant. I'm hungry. Come on, let's go." So we went in there. We sat down, And I just wanted to see what kind of dude he was gonna be. I had buckled up one of my shoes, and I get a chance to buckle up the other because I like to drive in them. These were tall heels too. They were tall. I wear them tall.
Look.
And when we sat down, I was getting ready to buckle up my shoe. I said, "Wait a minute, let me see how much man we got here." I said, "Hey Donnell." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Would you mind buckling my shoe for me?"
Whoa!
And he said, "Huh?" So I put my foot up on his feet, and he buckled that shoe, baby. That thing up.
Maurice.
I don't think I had that shoe buckled up that good since I got it.
Maurice.
But the thing I did was I allowed him to do his job. I know I checked all the boxes that he was looking for. I know I did because
we're getting the Suzette Hayes version, but when he went down to buckle that shoe, he's like, "Damn, we got bunions. We got bunions alike."
Listen. You said subtle hints, but like I said, he had a job to do. He had to make sure that shoe was right.
That's funny.
Hey, Maurice, they touched bunions together and said, "Super twins."
I keep these feet on lock, baby, because you don't ever know. Somebody have, just like my mom used to say.
Hey, trust me, I'm ready to say. I'm ready to say this. Is I bet you, if you'd had anything going on feet, ain't no way to hell you would have been down there.
No. Wait a minute. My shoe, my feet work because I work transportation. I had to take care of my feet. My feet always look good though, but I really had to really watch out for them because there was a lot to work in that place. I was doing 25,000 steps a day. It was really rough. But even though my feet were hurting, and I put them shoes on, I had to put them shoes on because what? Because I knew that's what he wanted to see. Because he had said everybody else that he dates, they wearing gym shoes, they wearing jeans, they wearing old crazy looking hairdos, and they ain't got no makeup on. He said you did it all. He said I couldn't believe you when I seen you.
So they be paying attention out here.
You gotta pay attention. You have to pay attention. It's a class within your head. You have to pay attention. You know what real men want.
My wife said they broke because they got the hair done, but didn't get the rest done.
There you go. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, you right.
Jeff, you were saying?
And you know what, when we look at, remember Suzette, you said earlier that they make these men feel bad. See, that's another thing too. It's a lot of pressure put on men to have it all together. Because when, like, let's say for instance, okay, my fiance, she's in law school and everything. She got 1.5 years till she does. She a paralegal and everything. She gonna be a lawyer out here. See, we got plans out here in these streets. We try to lay down some foundation. I'm happy about that. It's beautiful. It's lovely. But guess what? I am right now at the moment. I'm a life coach and a steel worker. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times, see, I know I make good money. You know what I mean? I make even more money to go ahead and add to the life coaching and other stuff. You know what I mean? So it's supplement. We trying to leave the steel mill alone all the way in a few years put together, but with that steel mill money, it's there. And the means
to an end right now.
Say it again.
It's a means to an end right now.
Exactly, means to an end right now. And the thing is, see, women are constantly looking at the money. Factor. The money. Mm-hmm. Now, guess what? Now, I ain't gonna say this, Megan. Let me just back up from that. But I bet you if this was a different woman other than my fiance, what she would have done is she would have not paid attention to the connection and the things that I was trying to build. Mm-hmm. She would have looked at the fact that, well, let's say I looked at a different place like Albanese where you make like less money. We'll say 13, 14 an hour. She'd have been like, oh, well, you doing all this work. You cover home, sweating and all this. You only make this much. What can you offer me?
Like, let me say this.
That's facts right there, bro.
Right.
Yeah,
I work in a place where women, all the women that I work with, they do it all. Mm-hmm. Everybody leans on them to do it all.
Not all women, but nice amount majority of women, Bree. Not all women.
But you know what? And whenever I say something like I need to get a mattress or something, and I did have to get one. I said, give me a mattress. A couple of days, I'm like, well, why are you buying a mattress? That's what you mean. Why, girl? You need down there. I need to be buying that mattress, girl. You shouldn't be doing everything. I said, no, ma'am.
You know what? That kind of burns me up because that's why I stay private. I like my stuff private. Nobody knows who I date, if I'm dating, whatever. Because number one, being in the public eye is it's terrible for relationships. Number one. Number two, other people are toxic. And they get into your one or the other's head.
That's true.
And the slightest little thing, it's terrible, man. Bree says when you give them the lead because they approached you and their feelings are hurt because they hear something different than what you said or feel sometimes, you just let it go. What about the guys with attitudes? Because it takes a little work.
But you know what though?
You got to click. It's got to be a clicking thing going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the attitudes and all that other stuff, it ain't gonna matter. It's not. That's work.
Because people forget. They forget that they got power to say no.
That's right.
People see red flags. People see red flags. And they don't want to say no.
No,
they look at the potential in people all the time. So a lot, 90%.
And then wonder why you locked in the closet in the cellar.
Exactly.
There's a lady. I don't know if y'all know about Tabitha Brown. Y'all heard about that?
Yes, I saw that Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha Brown is doing the same thing that I'm gonna do. That the way I'd like to do. Like I said, Danielle works in the casino, and he has things that he wants to do, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I told him about a year and a half ago. I said, when I get this thing going and it's gonna be big, I said, you got to get yourself together because you ain't gonna be working no casino. I told him that because of who he is to me.
Right. Exactly.
Because who he is to me, and
that's 110 right there.
A lot of people I'm in agreement. Okay, thanks myself. A lot of people. The thing, if you think about it, you have somebody. If you're with somebody, and 9 times out of 10, I promise y'all, 9 times out of 10, the reason why people break up is because, it's you and the person, because of a third person in a relationship. I don't care if it's kids. I don't care if it's a girlfriend or a friend. I don't care if it's a mom. It's always a third person.
Somebody got their ear other than you.
Outside ain't got no business in yours.
And
And I tell people now. I said, when I was before, and I tell them now. I said, well, when I stood up there, I ain't see you stand up there promising nothing. It was just me and him. That's between me and him. And it maybe don't work for you, but it works for me. So why are you mad about what I'm doing?
And I'll be transparent. Like when I went through my divorce, and I dated afterwards. See, nobody influenced my decision for the divorce that I got. I take responsibility for that, and it was the right decision for me to make. I take responsibility for that. I tell anybody. Nobody was in my ear. I looked at what was going on, and I saw it. I made a move.
Right.
And then even with my ex, who I was with before, I ignored red flags. I stayed in too long. And the thing is, I take full responsibility for everything that I went through for almost 2 years with somebody.
Wow.
Man, I went through it for almost 10.
Okay.
First time around.
Well, I went through it for 23 hard, long years, dog years.
Ooh, the phone fell.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And you know what? I would tell anybody, them years were years. They were hard. They were hard. But because I did everything I was supposed to do, I didn't ask anybody anything. When I was getting divorced,
to make sense.
I didn't say nothing to nobody. It was me and Jesus, because that's who I promised when I got married. Me and Jesus. That's all. That's the only person I talked to. And when I knew it, when anybody knew anything, it was all over.
So let me ask you.
And it turned out it turned out the way it should have.
Yeah.
You think it's okay to, and I think we had discussed this at one point. Is it okay to, because here's some things that I run into. I know where I've been. I used to lie all the time, and do all of this other extra stuff to get the girl.
I don't know you like that.
It wasn't huge stuff. It was just something, for the girl. Okay?
I told her what she wanted to hear a little bit.
A little bit of what she wanted to hear. You put it out there. It's fine. Not since I've been a professional. I'll put it like that. This back before I had anything. Getting the girl. Okay, so my thing is now, do you now that I'm cool. I'm like Jeff. I'm transparent. Okay. For me though, when you say you're lying, that's a sword to my stomach for me. You're a liar, this, and you're a liar that, because this happened and I said I was going to do this and something came up that I could not do it. Now I'm a liar, and you know what I do. I'm a liar. So is it okay to be transparent as best as to let this person know, hey, this is what I used to be. this is the man that I am now. You know, as you're discussing stuff, is it okay to do that now?
I think it is for that situation. I mean, it depends on the relationship that you have with that person, because me, myself, and I, if they came to me and told me that lie, first of all, that throwed up not a red, that throwed up a purple flag to me. You know, it's like, what the hell? I mean, it was something that happened. But before any of that happened, I would have called up and said, hey, this clicked off and this clicked off, this happened, and we ain't gonna be able to do this until such and such time. I already done worked out a plan in my head. So,
Right.
you know, not even get that type of reaction. So,
yeah.
But you know, when you grown,
you're
grown,
that's the key.
When you're grown and you're with somebody, you have to have some degree of understanding. I mean, stuff happens, you know, and you just can't be throwing stuff out there like that to people. You know, I always wonder. I always want to treat people the way I'd love to, not the way I'd like to be treated, the way I'd love to be treated. I need to treat people that way. And you know, and that happens a lot in the casino industry over here with down there. But I ain't gonna be able to come out. So it's okay. I say it's 6 more days of the week. That's okay. And if you don't see them 6 days, as long as I hear from them, you know, we grown though. You know,
see, I'm gonna tell you,
he's sitting up under me all the time. I got stuff to do myself. You know, give me time to do what I got to do.
I'm gonna tell you, Susan, I pride myself, and Jeff, I'm gonna let you comment on that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I pride myself on being truthful. I don't have a reason, you know, since I've been grown.
Right.
And when the situation I gave was before I was grown, and I say I grew up in my early 20s, okay, maybe late 20s. That's when I became grown.
Right.
Now, I mean, you know, what you see with me is what you get. I don't lie, and people say, "Oh yeah, you lie." So, no, I don't. Now, if you want to create something and tell me that I'm lying, that's on you. Okay, it's not on me, because I know who I am. All right. So that's the situation I'm kind of talking about. If you tell somebody, you put your situation out there, you told her, this is what I used to be, but this is how I am now.
Well, that's somebody that has not done their homework with you to understand who you truly are. That's somebody that's not done their homework to sit down and really get in your head, because you know there are times when
this is a fictional situation.
Fictional
situation. I'm just making it for conversation piece.
Oh, I'm just saying for now, not you. I'm just saying, you know,
hypothetical.
But I'm just saying that, you know, there are some people that you don't, you know, if you really care for somebody, and if you really want to say that you love somebody, there are some things that when people say things, it's not what they say. It's not exactly what they mean. It's because something else is going on. Something else is going on, or something else has happened to make them say something like that. You know, and if you know for sure that it's not you. No, it's not you. You keep you just keep your truth and know that it's not you. And it's not, and don't make yourself feel bad because the other person is trying to make you something that you're not. Maybe that person that don't want to hear, you know, believe or hear what you got to say is not the one.
You said something very.
Would have the chance to sit down and talk to you.
Right.
Yeah, you said something very
break it down,
key.
Bro.
It's walking in your truth. You want to know why I'm transparent, and I don't mind telling who I'm getting ready to date or who I'm with, what I used to do and what I don't do now, is because I am okay with it. There ain't nothing. I'm gonna tell you something. There ain't nothing that don't nobody know out there about me that what I used to do, because I told them. See, I took my life and I used it as a testimony, so can't nobody throw it back at me later on and say, hey, brother, you still do this, that, the third. But whoa, slow down, brother. No. So now I'm giving you a chance to do your research. You know what I mean? Talk to some people that I know. You know what I mean? Know who I roll with, know how I move and everything like that. And when you're with somebody, you have to, when you with somebody and you start dating, you have to prove yourself to that person. And part of my transparency is so that I can show that person. They need to feel comfortable with me. So I need to show them that I'm comfortable with myself and I know who I am. You know what I mean? That's very key. And a lot of times we're so scared when we date to show people parts of us. Oh, well, is he going to think I'm crazy? Or is she going to think that I'm this way or that way? Blah, blah, blah. Well, just if you keep it real, lay it out on the table.
I'm going to tell you, the shoe was kind of on the other foot with me, you know, because I was a single dad for a few years. And when I met, you know, my wife, you know, after getting my divorce, I met my wife that I've been with for the last 25 years. Well, been with for the last 30 years. I was a single dad, and you know, I didn't want to say that I had kids or anything. But then it come to find out, as we talked, and the more we talked, she had 2 kids too.
Oh wow.
Look, Gunner says the other person has probably been lied to so much. Realize first before they see the truth. Healing is needed.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
You know, you run up on a lot
She
of
right.
you run up on a whole lot of people that have been damaged, people that's been done wrong, people that have been lied to, and they really should try in that situation. They really should try to stay alone till they get themselves healed, so they could be the best version of themselves when they present themselves to somebody else. You got to be like that. I mean, you owe that other person that if he's committing his time, his money, his assets, and resources, and all that to you, you owe him that. You owe him that.
It's life, man. It's life. Let me ask y'all this question. And you just said this, but I really want to get into that too. Why does, let me put this big ass jar of core water down.
I like Mondays and Tuesdays on the Dope Living Show. I like Mondays.
Maurice,
yeah,
I have about 7 of these big ones. Okay, out
man,
Colorado.
You got to give us
more than that.
back.
But check this out. And Jeff, I want you to answer this first. Why does a man always have to prove himself, but for the woman, it's cool? She ain't got to prove herself. She just says,
okay.
"Oh."
See, when you kind of observe and look at everything that's going on, a lot of this is societal. You know what I mean? A lot of this is societal. Right. When you know, a lot of our people nowadays are watching things like Real Housewives of Atlanta, all this other stuff.
And it's a level expectation.
It's exactly, it's a level expectation. And the thing is, instead of actually talking and getting to know somebody, now we want to measure you by the bank account, the car you drive.
That facade that we looking at on TV.
Exactly. The society we look at on TV instead of actually looking at the reality of it.
Right.
Not willing to sit down, talk to people and say that, hey, I'm here, but I'm trying to go here. My actions should prove that with everything I got going on now. Now, if you don't see that, now, once again, you can back away from that. But with men, it's a lot of pressure in society. And when we start breaking down gender roles and everything too, there are a lot of things that are just overly expected of men. Nowadays, it just seemed like okay, when I was with my ex-wife, she's old school. Now, I think I told y'all this before, Greg. I was 19 and she was 48 when I met her. So I knew what I was dealing with.
Wait, say them numbers again, bro.
I was 19 and she was 48. When we divorced.
Okay.
He said 48.
48. I thought you said 28. Okay. I'm dead now. All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was young, man. And with it was certain things that was like, well, she didn't have, like, she felt she didn't have to contribute. She felt that she didn't have to do as much. Like she got comfortable. Now, I don't know if people watching, but the thing is, this is what was going on in my home. You know what I mean? She got complacent. She let a lot of things from the past get in the way. I was accused of a lot of stuff, blah, 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 woo, insecurity. And then we get here. And even when I met my ex, it was a lot more expected of me to do because I was the man. But now we about the same age. You know what I mean? I ain't dating old school no more. We about the same age. I'm trying to be with somebody who on the same level as me and who can bring as much to the table as me. Because that's the thing. I'm not gonna ask nobody to do something that I can't do myself.
Right.
Oh man.
And the thing is, we keep asking. I'm telling you, these women. And see, Greg asked me about why men. So that's why I'm going this direction. So women don't get offended. I'm saying this because men have this higher expectation is put on men from these women who want things that they in turn can't provide the man with.
Themselves, right?
Themselves. If you working at Burger King,
the question is being answered now. Look, then go ahead.
Yeah. If you want a man to make $70,000 to $100,000 a year, you shouldn't be working at Burger King. Right. You shouldn't be working at Meijer. At least have some goals for you to want to do better. Don't put up the facade. And when you get your Meijer paycheck, you ready to go ahead, look fried and die, flip the dip, and look right on Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're not
about
willing
the
to
image.
But when you ask them to shift down a gear, you know, hey baby, you got to shift down a gear because I need to take care of this about the business. You know, then suddenly it's a fight.
Exactly.
You know? That was my ex. Yeah.
Okay. And see, I'm telling you, man, it's funny how when you can really start to tell the true colors of a person when you start asking the same stuff that you get out of them.
Yeah.
If they give it to you with no hesitation, you know that you like, all right, we on the same level, we cool. But once they put up that fight and say, well, why I need to do this? Why I need to, all them questions start getting asked.
Right.
And you might want to start looking at some things there.
Right.
You know?
See, that's the thing. You know, I tell people at work. I say I don't ask that anybody take care of me. I'm not married to him. It's not his job. You know, I'm not saying that that he could give me. He would give me something once in a while. But as a rule, I don't ask. You know, I don't ask. You know, just so that he knows that that's not the reason why that we're dating, and that's not the reason why. Right. You know, and as a rule, you know, we out here, as they say, we out here in these streets. We got to be taking care of ourselves, because guess what? What happens if you get into the situation where you're used to somebody, scooping up and taking care of you and giving you, and then he's gone? Then what you do? You sitting there looking crazy. Then something for less than.
Still trying to keep that facade up with somebody else, and then you end up on the can I get from you? What can I get from you?
Exactly.
Versus what can I get?
I had said a long time ago, and I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna get myself a not-for-profit together. It's gonna be called Daddy's Home. It's gonna be only for men. No
girl,
women.
let's talk.
No women. No, listen to him, life coach Jeff. No women in it at all. This is going to be it's going to be, because a lot of men have grown up with women. Not to say that all of them turned out bad, but some of them never had direction on what to do and how to do and when to do and what they should be. And I wanted those men that go through the program to become mentors for the next set, so that we all have a community. I want to be the only one there, and I'm not going to be even there. It's going to be nothing but men, because men will open up quicker to another man than they will a woman.
This is true. I love that.
So like I said, once, stuff like, I had even called a couple of attorneys. No, I'm sorry, a couple of judges. And I threw the idea. She was like, oh, girl, yeah. I said, that would get you a lot of stuff off the books, something similar to drug court that they have here in Gary.
Wow.
Similar to that. But I wanted it to be called Daddy's Home. And there are a lot of dads that don't get a chance to see their kids for ignorant reasons. I'm not saying that of all of them, but there are some decent dudes that that truly did not get the letter when he was supposed to come to court for child support, and he got named the daddy and trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff.
That can dent a guy for life. I can't even imagine, going to court.
Maternity court all the time. It happens all the time. That's like
getting blamed for a baby that ain't yours.
Yeah. If you don't show up for court,
wait a
minute,
hold on.
That letter, you don't show up for court. If whoever that lady says is the father, you are named the father by default. That is so unfair.
Man,
you fight for the rest of your life. You fight for the rest of your life to get that thing off. Men don't know how to be employed. They don't know that if you have something on your credit, it'll keep you from getting a license for whatever it is you're doing. Men don't know that if you owe child support, you can't leave the country. You can't do nothing. It leaves you in bondage. A lot of men don't know.
Put your own self in slavery.
Right. A lot of men don't know how to tie a tie or tie a bow tie or ask somebody out, or just all the things that men should naturally learn how to do if they were in a 2-parent household. They don't know how to do it because they got bug friends that's telling them how to slick do it and not the right way to do it. And eventually you have to come back around. Yeah. You have to come back around and make and get it right. You have to do it right. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. Daddy's Home. That's gonna be the name of it. Y'all watch out.
So what about back child support? You gonna do something like that?
I sure am. I can tell you what, this is what I think. I think all back child support should be looked at on an individual basis.
Talking about I'm the guy. I'm old, like child support from like 18 years. So what do you do about something like that?
You should. You're done, dude.
Ladies and men, you should petition again.
Man, they done put me under the jail. She was on the other foot.
Statute of limitations. You're done with that, dude. Let it go.
No. Child
really?
Forever. Oh, absolutely. You didn't know that?
I did not know that. I thought,
child support is forever.
Suzette, to be really truthful, my ex-wife couldn't pay attention, more or less child support. So,
well, you know what? She ain't got to pay attention. She got a tax check, don't she?
I don't know.
So, Maurice,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you what happened. I used to work at a bank. A man came up to me I'll never forget it. He asked me, he made a $900 deposit. It was a cash deposit.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want to put this in my account. I said, okay. So I made the deposit. He said, what's my balance? And I put it in, but look, and my face will always tell what's going on.
So crazy. A negative 900.
What's my balance? And I'm like, I was like, what's your balance? I said, okay. I said, let me get this out for you. He said, what's my? I said, let me talk to you right quick. And that's just what I said. So I took him over to the thing and had him sit down because that wasn't nothing he was going to be able to hear standing up.
Uh-huh.
He had a lien on his checking account for $29,000.
Oh my God!
Back child support.
Phone drop.
Then I tried to back it out. Wait a minute. I tried to back it out.
Is that brother?
I tried to back it out, and then what happened to Greg? He got lost.
No,
I tried. He wanted to
He
get his $900
out.
back. Wouldn't even let him do it. I called the legal department. He had direct deposit. They will be taking 25% of his check until that stuff is paid off. He cannot close the account. Those are things that men, see what I'm saying? Those are things that men need to know. I knew another guy.
I don't know. I would be catching my check at the currency exchange. You can take your 10%.
I got to log off after this. I got to take a 5-minute break after here. This time, man.
There was another guy.
God.
Maurice, I'll be at the liquor store. Hey, man.
You have another story, Suzette?
There was another guy.
Stop.
There was another guy.
Suzette.
They kept on.
I'm crying here because I'm telling you, a lot of people told me, say, bro, don't you know if the shoe had been on the foot, you'd be broke. You would be broke. They'd be breaking it off in you big time.
Let me say this. I had a lot of stories, but one for you. There was another lady. She thought it was cute. She went and put her husband's name on everything after they got married, which is nothing wrong with. But he puts his husband's name on everything. They had a house in Illinois somewhere. He owed $34,000 in back child support. They put a lien on that house, so whenever they get ready to
phone drop.
They got to come through that woman first. I'm telling you, it's rough out here in these streets. These people ain't playing. Another guy.
I didn't get none. I just put it in God's hand. Tell you the truth, sis. I did. I said, well, know.
If you go back and you decide
I could take care of it myself, but I just put it in God's hand, and let it roll with it. And I think I've been blessed because of it.
That's why the Lord will show you how you can get your money.
Hold on, y'all. I done got behind a little bit. Okay, so Look Thinner asked the question. Greg proved themselves how. When I say a man always has to prove himself, they always say that a man has to fight to prove his love. Okay, so a woman will put unexpected stuff on him. Jeff said, "I'm coming back." Oh Jesus! A woman sometimes put unexpected, not limitation, but boundaries for a man to get through. Okay, and some men just do everything they can until they're dead to get to that. That's what I mean when I say prove themselves. They got to prove their love all the time. They got to prove this. They got to prove that. And we don't ask the woman to prove. Men don't ask the women to prove that. We just accept the fact that they say that they love us, and we want them so bad. We want to make them happy, but we always got to prove ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. Marcella, that was not me. Okay. All right. I never had to do that. I'm good with mine. Let's put it like that. And my son was always with me. So his mother was fantastic in letting me and sharing the responsibilities. So shout out to her mother. And by the way, everybody, let's keep Marcella in our prayers. She had surgery today. So she's the surgery was good, and she's here with us. All
right, sis.
So
you're gonna be all right.
There you go.
Okay.
Jeff wouldn't have been able to come back if he didn't have that iPhone.
Man, man, you better preach, brother.
I'm just saying. If the other phone had a drop,
my son has a situation right now.
That's the reason why men are not informed of things, because things like that happen. I've seen it for 25 years. I've seen it for 25 years. Guy they kept sending him bill about you got to tear this old apartment building down. You owe no money on it. Keep on, keep on, keep on. He had 3 $5,000 CDs. They sent him the pink slip on every last and sent that money to the city.
Man.
See, those are the things that men need to know about. And those are the kind of things we will be talking about in our not-for-profit, because that stuff can happen to you.
I gotta talk to you, Suzette. We gotta talk to each other after we get done here.
Got a situation right now. You know, his oldest son, and well, he's been to court, and she's not followed the court action as far as letting him see, because he's paying CP. You know, he's paying his child payments. But she will not allow. She won't follow the court direction and say, "Hey, when it's time for him to be over here, he's supposed to be over here." You know what I'm saying?
But you know,
so it's interesting you say that, and it's interesting that everybody here has spoke on that. Okay, I can't do a workshop because I don't know nothing about it. Okay, Look, Dinner wants to do a workshop. Suzette, Jeff, y'all need to do a workshop.
Yes, we do.
I just want to listen in. Shoot.
Yeah, we can work that out.
I will facilitate. I ain't gonna say facilitate it. I'll introduce, and then y'all just run with it.
Yeah.
Let's build one.
Sure.
I'm with that.
Sure. Oh, I got to get a new hairdo for that one. That's going to be fun.
You got about a relationship wig.
Yes, honey.
You need to cut out that. A relationship wig. Oh man.
Yeah, the workshop.
Workshop
wig. That's what you got to get. The workshop wig.
Yes. That's right.
So Marcella, you as well. You know, I think it's a great idea. Marcella, Look Dinner, Suzette, life coach. Let's talk about it. Seriously, let's get that.
Yeah.
We did an hour with this, and there was another question, and maybe I'll save it tomorrow, which is there a difference between intimacy and sex?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Man, if you don't know, you got a problem.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Keep it 100. Some people mistake the sex for intimacy, you know, because some people, you know, I guess they don't really clearly understand it. Maybe we can talk about this now.
I'm gonna say hell yeah.
Oh yeah, let's hit it. I'm
gonna say hi on the high time. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. The workshop. So I mean, Suzette, I'm gonna start with you. What is the difference between intimacy and sex? Isn't it the same actions, or is it, you know, I mean, you at the end of the day, when you're intimate with somebody, you're having sex with them. So are the two the same?
No, they're not.
No.
And explain it.
Intimacy, to me, it can or cannot be sexual. Cannot be. I was
gonna say you don't have to have your clothes off.
Right. Intimacy
don't say nothing yet, Jeff. I'm gonna save you for later.
Intimacy is what you care to feel about somebody. Intimacy is the things that really makes the other person work. The time that you put in to find out what it is that makes them work, or there's something that makes them happy. You need to get. It's a hard thing. Intimacy is. It doesn't always have to be physical. And everybody like holding the hands and everything. Everybody like that. But the intimacy is individual, and intimacy is intimacy, and sometimes can be better than sex. Sometimes.
Without touching.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Maurice, go ahead.
Man, what you call it? Mind orgasm is what it's called.
There you go. Come on, Maurice.
Y'all getting a little bit too different right now.
No. It's a mind orgasm. I mean, well, they know. I mean, hell, I could be in a store, and that's an intimate thing to me. When my wife walks up to me, she looks me straight in my eyes and gives me a big ass smile. You know, she know, and I know what she's thinking.
Or you walk in front of the grocery cart while he's looking. I know.
Yeah.
With the high heel shoes on and them great. Ow. Or those fishnet pantyhose and that black skirt. That's
Can
right.
You hear it in the background?
Yeah, you walk in front of the thing, or you get.
Ain't got nothing to do with clap on.
Maurice, you hilarious.
So Amina says, intimacy is rare. I agree with that.
Okay. And that's what's wrong with a lot of relationships too.
It is.
People don't think.
Yeah. I think when you're talking about intimacy, they start, let's go jump in the sack. I mean, if that's it to it, then there's a problem.
I looked in and says, what makes them tick? Time spent. Jeff, break that down, man.
Okay. I heard some points here. I heard some very good points. And what I've learned is that I learned this better once I got with Megan on this. And intimacy is on a level where two people are here.
Mm-hmm.
Two people are here. Now, this can be mental and this can be physical.
Yep.
Now, now some people may disagree, but it all depends on the type of connection you have with the person you are with.
All right.
Let's point that out. You know what I mean? Everybody is different, you know. So we just not gonna focus on one thing and cancel out the other. Because let's be real, when you lay down with somebody, you are looking for not just a bang bang boom. You are looking for a level of intimacy in the bedroom as well. You want to be connected here and here with that person by the time you are done. And when you are there, oh, that's a totally different thing, baby. Let me tell you. Oh, look at Suzette. Look at that. She didn't drop that whole phone.
She dropped the mic right there.
I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't got no mic. I dropped the phone.
Because I'm trying to keep it real out here today. I'm trying to keep it real because it is. I heard that what is it? Into me, see? You know. I dropped my mic if I wasn't talking.
Baby, drop the phone.
The thing is, you know,
go get my mic out of there.
I'm trying to tell you. And that's the thing, yo. We need to realize that there is levels to this. But when you are here with somebody and here with somebody, and whether you take it in the bedroom or whether you take it out, yo, that is a connection that can't nobody break. I said, me and my baby was sitting down right on the couch today. She came over here, sat on me. My hand was on her butt. We just gave her a couple kisses. We were just talking, doing everything. See, that was that level of intimacy right there. And I feel that it needs to all come full circle. It all needs to come full circle because there are some people out there who just believe in the smash and go, you know. And I'm be honest, you know, I've been there. I've been there.
I'm saying, and intimacy is not talked about either.
No, it's not.
Especially among men, intimacy is not talked about. There are a lot of times you just don't want to, you know, there's a lot of times you just don't, you know, you don't have to go through all of that. But you just need to be someplace on a different, like you said, a different level.
Yeah, it's a different level.
It's a hard thing. You know, you got to put everything into it. And that's what
makes
the best relationship. Because check this out. Because there may come a time where something happens and you're not able to have sex. What about then?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
No.
I do. I heard stories about men who are impotent and couldn't do anything.
People are sick, you know, cancer or an illness. You know, so you got to have something there.
Suzette, 2 popsicle sticks and a rubber band. I will put a splint on it.
He said we gonna get blood flow in some way. He said we gotta choke that thing to submission.
Let me show you how it's done.
My brother is a mess. My brother
seriously, though.
Seriously, show you how it's done when I'm able.
And you know, God forbid either what happened, but you know, and you have to be taught that because that's how a lot of people crash and go. You know, and the minute they can't do it anymore, they gone. You know, and that's not right.
We had this conversation, didn't we? A while back.
Transparent moment. I realized how powerful. I truly realized how powerful. I used to be in something called the Lifestyle People. Transparent man on Dope Living TV. You about to get a little bit from life coach Jeff here. I used to be in something called the Lifestyle. Not a Lifestyle. That's swingers. You know, I've been around some very powerful people. I've been around some people who would actually who wanted to help fund my business. You know what I mean? And I turned them down because I didn't want to go that route with it. You know, I didn't want to be connected to that type of thing. And this is right before I got serious. And I said I wanted to start dating again. In my last relationship, I had left it alone. And when I left it alone, I was with a woman. We're just going to call her D. And with D, she was married. She had a husband and everything like that. But it went from me seeing her maybe every now and then to maybe 2-3 times out of the week. You know, we used to go to swinger parties, different stuff like that together. And when we did this, it was just like, yo, it wasn't until it hit me. I took a trip to Arizona to go see my best friend, Jenny. Took a trip to Arizona. And I told her, I said, you know what? I need to leave this alone. You know, she called me cussing me out, saying everything and doing all this. And see, we had that intimacy that we talked about earlier here and here in the bedroom. And somewhere there was a disconnect. She wasn't getting that with her husband because it's crazy when somebody tells you that your husband, my husband had to put the pieces back together for me. What? Yo, you married. Why does the man have to put the pieces back together for somebody that you not even connected to in that way or shouldn't be? So that was when I actually realized how powerful the sex game is. And if you misuse this or mishandle it, you know what I mean? It can be very consequential. So I'm telling you, I learned that when I was out there just getting it, man. And that's when I made the decision right there. And I'm a believer as well. So let's just say this. I keep my life transparent because yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in everything that goes on. But guess what? I'm human. I wanted to fulfill my flesh at the moment. And believe me, baby, I had a good time out there. I had a good time. Core comment, let them know, Greg. I had a good time out there. But when it was time to dial back and be serious, I realized that level of intimacy was so strong in the bedroom. So I vowed and said to myself, if I knew I wasn't going to be with nobody and really make that person that number one, I wasn't going to lay down with them.
Exactly.
So I made that decision myself.
A long time ago, I was at church. It was Youth Day. I don't know why this man talked about this on Youth Day, but I learned something on Youth Day. His name is I think his name is John Ford. He's out of Chicago.
We're gonna blow him out. You're gonna blow him out. Go ahead. I said you're gonna blast.
We all know him now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. But anyway, so he talked about how much he loved his wife, and he talked about how whenever, I don't know if it's every day or whatever it was, he would always bring her 13 roses, and she asked him, "Why you always bring me 13?" He said, "No, he bought him 11 roses."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Why you bought me 11 roses?" She said, "Because," he said, "because you're my 12th rose," and that was his way of being intimate with her. But he talked about what happens when you have sex or you make love to somebody. He said that making love was supposed to be designed for married people. Well, we all know that. And the reason why married people, it's important to do it when you're married is because each time you do it, it creates a bond and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you pounding the bond in.
But
stamp of approval.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
he said that that's why he gave an example. He said that's why when you see Jerry Springer, they've been doing it with 5-6 people. You know, their spirit is like a little bit of everywhere, so they just go crazy.
All right.
And that's why, and I think that's why it's difficult between that and what we see and what we know to be right and what we've been around. You know, that's why it's so hard to try to get it right or get it in balance. You know.
Well, that was the reason. I remember being young and in church, the reason why you didn't have no one until you got married is because that's the only person you were supposed to know. So that sealed the bond.
Right.
So, so, and that's the reason they told us that in church back in the day.
I had never heard that before. I'm like, what?
Now, I'm going to say this. A lot of times, we talk about a lot of stuff, but we really don't look into history and research. I want to tell you something. When you actually look, now I'm going to get biblical because the comment was, by look thinner, sex is spiritual. Just allow me to kind of hop on this for a brief moment real quick. Now, when we look at the Bible and we see what sex was actually for, whenever you look at certain scriptures, whenever you look at things, they always say this person came in unto her or they allowed this person in their tent. See, sex was used to consummate the marriage part of it. So there was, let's get it right. Before the Bill of Divorcement, with Moses and everything like that, it was more of two people just coming together, sleeping together, and knowing that the connection was there. So when we look at marriage, and this is what's taboo in the church today, but I feel that it needs to be taught correctly, so that way our sons and daughters would not misuse this. Right. If you teach the children that sex was actually for a spiritual connection,
right?
It was for that when you knew you was going to be with that person forever, that you was going to have forever, and you didn't want to break that bond with them, and you teach them the stronghold that it could have with you and one person. Now, I hate the word soul tie because what we've done is we put so much into that word to where we be stuck on it so much, and then people can't be truly delivered because they're not teaching people the actual origination of everything. If the words ain't in the Bible, I ain't gonna use it. Soul tie not in the Bible, so I'm not gonna use that. Sex is though.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I can use that. So I'm not going to use, or sexual immorality and all that, impurity, that is. So I can use that, but I'm not going to use soul tie, because what we've done in society, again, is we've stemmed too much on that one perspective to where women be like, oh, we got the soul tie this, soul tie that. Okay, but what are you doing to be delivered from the soul tie? You don't understand how it started, so you don't know how the hell to finish it.
Come on, Pastor Jeff.
I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. I'm just trying to be honest with y'all.
So Amina says having sex while married does not make the bond stronger. Sorry, not sorry. Look, then it says there's a hormone that is released only between husband and wife. It's called whipped.
What?
Whipped.
Oh, whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whipped. You ready to go ahead and do
Whip
whatever you're gonna
I
do?
didn't hear the P. Whip.
And you know, I'm gonna say this too. I'm telling you to embark on that other comment that was made. My thing is, sex does make the bond stronger. Once again, I was with somebody. Let me tell you something. I was with somebody who was just in it, and when I had got done with that person, they was like, "You good? You good?" And it just left alone, like nothing happened.
Right.
But with me, I was the one like, oh, wow, hold on, that was pretty intense. I felt something there, but she felt nothing. So the thing is, it can make the bond stronger for people. It's where your mindset is with it.
Right.
If you look at it at a connection with somebody, yes, it can definitely make the bond stronger. And even when you look at it on that spiritual tip, it's all about the view, man. It's about the overall circumference of this whole thing.
And I think what you said, the mind thing, that's the whole thing too. When people say there's a difference between making love and having sex. Okay,
there it is. If you believe that, you can't say that out the same breath in the same mouth that the bond can't become stronger through sex. Now, I ain't trying to put you on blast. I just read your comment. I was dissecting the comment. I'm saying.
Gonna put it up this other one too. Most churches, when they teach sex and marriage, it's mainly for when they say it's better to marry than to burn. And he said Amina says make it clear.
Yeah, and you know, when it says to marry, not to burn, that's that sexual desire and passion. So see, what Paul understood was, Paul said, look, I know that marriage is brought together to people with sex, who have sex. So go ahead, lock it down with a person, and know that when you lay down with that person, that's what it is. It's better to honor that one person, and you going ahead as, you know, clapping the cheeks, whatever you call it, however you're gonna say, bang it out, whatever, with that one person, rather than having a little Sodom and Gomorrah moment. Where you want to spread out all your seed and do all that, like I was doing in lifestyle. God didn't approve of that. That's something I did by my choice. You know what I mean? That's my choice, but that wasn't approved of. You know?
Horizontal poker.
I actually got, you know,
wham, bam,
my ex-wife actually teased me about that. What I just told y'all about, you know, with the church talk. You know, she used to call me square britches. You know, so and to me, you know, I was very, 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 very serious, you know, about the relationship we had. You know, evidently she wasn't. So.
So Marcella says when purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. That's kind of right there.
That is deep.
And again, a lot of people don't know the difference between making love and having sex because they say that the same motion is involved. The same motions are involved, but the same emotions are not.
Cool comment. I like that, Greg. I like that.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that.
That was good. I like that.
Gotta get that. Finally got me one, y'all. And everybody, thank you so much for these comments. This is a really good conversation, actually. And we're having a lot of those lately. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Suzette. Thank you, Maurice. Having a lot of them. So what, and here's another question. And I've been guilty of this. I've been guilty. It's not a question situation y'all might want to comment. I've been really guilty of this. Not lately. I mean, now it's like I'm cool. I'm smooth. I'm super fly. I'm the Mac Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Not the Daddy Mac, the Mac Daddy. So, in this dating perspectives, I'm using these good words, but in this dating perspectives, long time ago in high school, I guess we couldn't control ourselves.
I guess.
Hold on,
I guess.
You gonna love this one.
Go ahead.
And so we go to the sock hops, we go to the dances and all of this stuff.
Skating rink.
Skating rink, okay, you know, anything.
Miller Beach.
We have to get Miller Beach. We have to get to the point where, you know, okay, well, there's a slow dance coming on. You want to get there's a couple of songs that really say something about it. Like Next got a song like Too Close. And it's another song too. But Next has a song called Too Close. And in the song they're talking about looks like we're getting kind of close, feel a little poke coming through. Who's that?
Yeah.
Have you ever been at a dance? Have you ever been at a dance?
Here we go.
Have I ever been to dances?
Come on.
And the guy asks you to dance, and that little poke come through. What do you do? That's an uncomfortable situation for the man, but he can't help it. It happened. It happened to me a couple of times, and I'm dancing. I'm dancing like a quadriplegic almost. I'm having to arch my back this way, and she's like, "What's wrong? Come here," you know. And I come there, and all of a sudden it's oops. Have you ever had that happen? Is that a deal breaker for you? If a man, if he's a guy that you like, but he on swole, I'll call it on swole. He on swole while y'all dancing.
You feel his nature rise.
There you go. That's a good one. Boing.
A true core.
That's never happened to me before.
You sure?
Absolutely. I can't remember because, you know, mommy didn't let me go to a whole lot of dances, especially them house dances. I can't talk to you then. Yeah,
we need some comments.
I was kind of square in school. I was kind of square in school. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing.
Square Bridges. How you doing, Square Bridges?
In the audience, do y'all think that would that be a deal breaker for y'all if the poke came through?
No, we'll just have him to ask him, did he want to have a seat and sit down and get yourself together?
Woo. That was blowing away. Had to put the candle out. Had to put it right on out.
Yeah, that would. Be ready to chill out after that.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Like, oh,
I'm gonna go in this corner and get some ice. I'll be all right.
Whoa, Amina said that's to be expected. If we dancing and it happens, it's funny and cool. So Amina, could he pull you closer? If that's happening, could he pull you closer? Look, then it says L7 here too, Suzanne. Suzette.
Yeah, my mother didn't let me go. I couldn't go to Regina's skating rink. I couldn't go to the junction. What was it? The junction right there on 25th. I couldn't go there.
I was at all of those. I did. That's been records at Screaming Wheels. So.
I think I had a poke coming through in all places too.
Now,
they had
a backwards skating. I skate with somebody, you know, but you didn't have a chance to do all that because you know you skate. No. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. She knows her name. It's Suzanne. We're gonna call her Suzanne now. I didn't have look. It happened.
That's a part of growing up. It's a part of growing up.
Learning to control yourself. Yeah.
That's right. Part of growing up. Nothing to be ashamed about. It's part
puberty is high when you're young, you know.
Greg, come here. I'll be there in 2 minutes.
Hold up.
Maybe 15.
Go to the bathroom. I gotta go pee.
Yeah, you're gonna do the camel walk to the bathroom. As it has happened, and I said, well, I know you're attracted to me, but now I need to know your mind. Well, all the brain matter is down there now. So
right, all the brain done went down low.
It's gone down there. Jeff, you ain't saying nothing.
Hey man, I'm just saying, things happen, and when things happen, for old girl who just did the comment, she saw that there was a physical attraction there. So I get you. You know what I mean? You out there on the dance floor, you out there getting it. The physical attraction gonna be there. All right, sister, go ahead. Now probe his brain a little bit. Hopefully, he want to probe your brain.
Well, he already got. The probe is already out.
Yeah, the probe is already out. Hopefully he wants. Oh, dang! You set me up for that, brother. That was you set me up for that one. Hopefully he wants to. Let me say this: have some stimulating conversation with you.
All right.
Stimulating.
Oh Jesus, you did it again. 2 for 3.
Drop the phone. But no, I like that one, dude. That's a core salacious.
Another, yes.
A salacious core comedy. Man. Yeah, that's something. That was my question because that happened to me a long time, and I was wondering, I know I wasn't wrong because it happened, and it got to the point sometimes where I was like, you know what, forget it. Yeah, it is.
Just let nature take its course, brother.
That's it. And some of the girls was like, "You so nasty." How am I nasty? I can't help it.
Exactly.
But I never knew there wasn't a bone in it. So how did this happen?
That's how all them babies showed up out there.
Ooh, I got all those babies.
There's a bunch of babies showed up out there because of them moments. In the disco room at Miller Beach, at the daggone movie drive-in, all that stuff.
One thing I always say, Maurice, if the baby get out of this, it's mine.
A bag, you know what he means.
No, that was my extra large condom.
God, you are
they don't call them condoms. Mine, they don't call condoms.
Okay.
That was my condom. That was my condominium.
Condominium.
It's okay, Suzette.
Oh boy, Poker doesn't have to lead the probing. Whoa, it's a dance, and that's that.
Well, we're gonna do the horizontal polka all the time.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have to lead. Some people just dance to do the dance.
Hey, Greg, think about this. If she come and ask you to dance next time, whoa!
I gotta take a drink on that one.
They come back to use the next time and say, hey, all that carrying on going on, all that was going on down there. Guess what? She want to dance with you now. Maybe she want to get her freak off.
She done told her friends too. Now they're friends want to dance with you, okay? And now
I say all that.
Maurice, if they had core hydration, the perfectly balanced pH purified water,
they'd be
he could be cool with it, okay? And sprinkle a little bit of core on it.
Sprinkle some core on it.
Hey, the views expressed on this DopelivenTV Live. All right. And understanding that the bottle is 100% recyclable, you could use it and throw it away. But it's all good. It's all good. So that was my question. I threw that one in because I wanted to know. But there was another. I'm trying to find this other one right now. I'll get it. Hold on. Here we are. Okay. And it's in the same vein. Get it, vein. Jacqueline says definitely a difference between sex and intimacy. Jack, what is it? Amina says now when me and my ex used to dance and he pokes, I'm like, yeah, boy, you better.
Like I said, she came tap on the shoulder and said, can we dance, baby? Come on, let's dance.
Exactly. Expectations is high.
Very high.
So all this week, we'll be talking about this. And Jeff, I hope you can get on here because I got a lot of different subjects here. What's a good first date and what do you expect?
Okay.
And we briefly spoke on why do men have to prove their love and women feel that theirs is a given, but can you have a great relationship without great sex?
Who you asking first?
I gotta save you for last, dude. Suzette, can you have a good relationship without having great sex? That look on your face says no.
I would have said,
hell to the no.
Just be honest, Suzette.
I would have said no before, but I would say yeah before, but I definitely would say no.
Hell to the no.
Yeah, when you get old, you just know what. Nope, I'm with you, Mina. Nope.
Okay.
That's all you have to say.
Let me tell you. Sex means a lot of different things in different stages of our life.
Right.
I think it does. I think that that's a boo for issues. I think that
there's gonna be some issues
when you're younger and you're trying to explore and know, you tend to want to always have that time. But then, just like with intimacy, sex is something else too. Because I think that as you get older, this is a word according to Suzette, which is going to be a segment in my show. Word according to Suzette. With me, I think that as you get older, the intimacy plus the respect important to me. It's important. Sex is too, okay, but the intimacy, and you got to know that
my question
at the age of 60, you have to know that people are going to be, acting the age. You can't, you just can't have no whole. Some of the stuff we should already know. Some of this stuff we already know.
Hold
We
up.
already have it locked down.
So,
Good
Suzette,
question.
Suzette, can you have a great relationship without great sex?
No, go ahead.
Jeff, go ahead.
I believe you. I believe you can.
Well,
It's
go ahead.
I believe you can. It's different. Man, it's different levels. It's stuff out there for everybody. Like I'm gonna say, like I've been saying, if you on the same page with that person, so for whoever said no, that means you got to be on the same level with somebody who want to give you that same amount of energy.
Okay,
for
but
that,
you said like that then. Okay.
you know.
Yeah,
A good friendship.
Okay, a good friendship, yeah, and that's a prerogative, you know. But I kind of, but that's something though. Hey, this leads to another question, yo.
Let's go.
What if you really deep in the game with somebody and you really love and care about them? Let's just say, you know, some stuff be stimulating everything because everybody don't put out right then and there, you know, and then they decide to do it later. You know what I mean? So let's just say if you got a 90-day rule or something, okay? Because there's some people out there who got 90-day rules.
Quip, whatever little quip.
Yeah, you know, so what if you put that out there later? You feel that you have a connection with somebody, you really vibe with them, but then is that gonna be a deal breaker? What if you know that man or woman can actually treat you right and give you everything that you needed? You know what I mean? So is that a deal breaker? Well, I want to hear comments on this. Is that a deal breaker for you? If you know that you have a good man or a good woman?
Good question. Is that answer that? Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, is that a deal breaker if you know you got a good man?
I know it's not a deal breaker, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not a deal breaker because if you've got a good relationship to begin with, and you've had a good relationship for quite a while, and you've built up the relationship where nothing is important but you just love each other, and then, for lack of a better word, he comes up short or whatever. I ain't gonna look it out when I said that.
Go ahead.
Then,
I'm gonna go back to
that's when
I was looking for the small ball of the core.
That's when the woman should take the initiative to do something to make it satisfying for her. Well, whatever that is, if it's movies, if it's books, you know, it's got to be something. Unless you need to take him to the doctor.
Oh, well, you know, I had a comment earlier. How would she know if that's not the only person she's been with? You know, that's why when I made the comment earlier, that's the reason why the church had said that the way they said it, because later on, a lot of women probably didn't know they was coming up short until the 70s. You know, when these women started, right, you know, setting it out. So didn't know how short things was.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day. Or didn't know what an orgasm was. Right. Didn't know what an orgasm was, you know. Yeah. There is a lot of things they didn't know because that box hadn't been open for them. Literally.
That's the truth.
Pandora's box.
But you just have to work. I think in that kind of situation, you would just have to work together because you just wouldn't want to just just not be with somebody just because of that. Because intimacy,
exactly. I was getting ready.
It's still there. You know,
a lot of people say, you know, no. A lot of women would say no. You know, I don't believe, you know, that's necessarily a relationship killer. No. I mean, that's one part of the whole, you know, thing. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's having a mature outlook on it.
Yeah,
there it is.
That's got many levels.
Outlook on it, because if you in it, if you're not mature, you wouldn't be able to. You'd be able to say, well, you know, forget that he can't do this and this and this. You know, but that's not being realistic, and that's not being mature either.
You're not supposed to be with that person anyway. If that's if that's the case.
Because I always go back to this. When I always when you look at my wedding pictures,
because when you get old, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. When you look at my wedding pictures, I had a real serious look on my face. It wasn't none funny or nothing. You know, you look at a lot of pictures and women are smiling and looking around, laughing, ain't paying attention. I paid attention to everything that minister said. And if there was something that he said that I was gonna have to do that I felt like I wasn't gonna do or wasn't gonna be able to do, I didn't have a problem saying no. So I said, somebody better get me some whatever it is he's gonna read. I need to read his face.
Oh, you have to read over the contract.
Yeah, I need to read that script first. so I can know how we gonna answer this. Because if it's something in there, I know, and
Need to be
everything
changed.
that I know I could do, and I did it. So yeah. So yeah.
So okay, hey, is Jeff? You wanted to say something?
No, I was good. I was listening. It was some real good points being made. It was just some real good points being made. That was good. You know, it was.
If I, you know, and you think about it, you know, the wedding is nothing but a party for everybody that's there. It's
celebrating your
it's a celebration
of the bride's day.
Jesus, I know that's money. Oh,
to what you are promising to do.
Coming, Jeff.
Yeah,
I know.
Your witnesses to pick what you're about to do. You know, and that's why I said it was real serious for me, because I just couldn't promise. I couldn't promise, you know, all God and all the people there that I was going to do this, and I don't do it. You know, I didn't want to be guilty of that, and at the end of the day, I wasn't.
Oh,
that's real.
Oh, hold on.
That's real.
Wedding is different from marriage.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's right. Like I said, the wedding is nothing but a party. The marriage is where you two become as one.
Mm-hmm. That's the word.
And that's my way of thinking all the time. I always, you know, try to ask down there, you know, if I say something, I don't ever want to leave him out of it. I always ask, I said, what you think about that? I said, your thoughts, kind sir. You know, and I ask him what it is that he thinks, because I want to know. Because if there's any way that we could meet in the middle, I need to know what he thinks. And that's important.
Mm-hmm.
If a man fizzles out, like I look, and I guess I shouldn't say too much. One day versus a lifetime. If a man fizzles out, you know, first time y'all to do it, he fizzles out. Do you make him feel bad?
Oh no. I wouldn't want to do that. That's the whole purpose of when you love somebody. That's everything, man. That's everything.
So
why would I want to do that to make him feel bad? Why would I want to give him the reason to feel smaller than when I know he's trying?
Ooh, that's a word too.
I know, right?
Okay.
Right.
I know that. I know. I'm just picking up all these cues. I'm picking up all these cues. I'm thinking about, like, wait a minute, how am I going to explain this? You said smaller. I'm like, what? That's not a word to use.
Oh man.
My retort, if somebody says something about small, I'll be like, well, hey, it plump when you cook it. Now what, girl?
I'm talking about that ballpark Frank out here.
But really, I mean, why would you want to make somebody feel a bit worse than they already are? I mean, why would you want to make them feel bad? I wouldn't want to make them feel bad.
Hey, I'm at the age, I don't care if it was like Bernie Mac. You got 90 pumps with me. You got 90 pumps. That's it.
Be like my uncle used to say, when I was 20 years old, I used to stand on the porch and pee across the street. He said, "Now I'm good if I don't dribble all over myself."
Look, then it says, don't make him feel bad. What if his health plays a part?
What
if his health don't play a part?
That goes back to the original question we were talking about. I mean, if that made the relationship, then, you know, when he gets sick or you know, when you get old, it ain't always gonna work like, you know, you 21, 22 years old.
That's true.
You know? So I mean, if that was what the relationship was based on, then guess what? When that part drops off, guess what'll happen to the relationship?
Yeah.
That's what I said. When it drops off, baby, what you gonna do?
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me.
Come on. Go ahead.
Wrap it up with a rubber band. Put the bag over it.
Because you know what?
If one of them bags say thank you on it.
And then have a bag that says thank you.
But you know, just like you would, just like I wouldn't want nobody to make me feel bad about being the size I am, or whatever deficiency that I have to go purchase. You know, eyelashes, my hair, and I wouldn't want nobody to make me feel bad behind that like this. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I got a question now. How would you feel if a brother came in and he pulled his hair off and his eyelashes off and everything and his leg?
Listen, let me tell you something. At some point in the game, we all gonna have to purchase something so we can keep ourselves together. Whether it be teeth.
So toupee wouldn't be knocking it out of the park there.
And you know, guess what? If it's the toupee, he can sit his next to mine.
Okay, she an equal opportunity play.
I hear she a ball player all the way.
She really is.
Hey, we
Really?
can't do the
like some bowling balls.
we
Yeah,
can't do the I don't men with toupees, I don't get it because they don't look right. I'm sorry.
Man, they are making them. You should see them.
No, they got some stuff on. Look on YouTube, dude.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Ooh,
With them
man.
hair,
You know, hair
they
with
give
the
you
pieces
waves
or
if you got
something.
a
Yeah.
receding hairline all the way back
They
here.
Man.
They got
braid
magic
Nah,
out here
cut
for
it
that.
out.
Legend, man, dude. No, bruh. Hey, Greg, me and my son, you know, my son caught the gene from my side of the family, and he balled early, you know, really early, like at 22. And so, you know, he was talking about, Dad, we got to go to Atlanta. I said, both of us will be sitting in the chair with a big grin on our face, going, yeah. Let's do that. I'm thinking about doing that. Shoot.
Marcella said, wait, I stepped away. What did I just walk into? Gotta put some plastic on the floor because you might slip too.
It got gooey. It got real gooey, myself.
Marcella, we asked about it. This was a sex question. We asked about intimacy versus sex, but then we started asking about whether you would stay with a man if he couldn't. You know, this was sex an important part of the relationship, basically.
Mhm.
I'd love to hear your answer. Because for me, I think sometimes we put a little bit too much emphasis on that aspect. Okay, you got to vibe together too. Because after the sex, what's left? You did it, bang, bang, bang. 3 minutes are up, and now what? You waiting for that 10-minute gestation period for it to get back, and then you go again, and it may not be as good as the first time, or you know it could be. You know, with me, it's always good. But what that's what we're
What
trying to
this
say.
mouth up from?
That's what we're trying to say, Marcel. I mean, do we do? And Jeff,
Marcel,
answer this. I mean, and I think you did answer it actually. People put a lot of emphasis on the sexual aspect, the sexual part of the
relationship. Yeah.
And you know, personally, I think you know, let's do something else. Let's vibe, okay? Yeah, I love sex just like anybody else, okay? But I want to do it all the time. I don't want to do it all the time.
Exactly.
You know? I wanna
It's a lot of guys that won't say that, brother. A lot of guys will not say that. I am stud mixed studs, and I'm gonna do it all night long, every day, 24/7, 365.
And
That
you know,
is a
Maurice, honestly, and there was a time where I used to have. I mean, I think I still have a high sex drive, but there's other things that I want to do as well.
Sure. I understand that 110, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know, I want to do some things too. Now, COVID kind of shut me down, okay, but now that COVID's out, you know, we're done with it. Even though they said some of these shots, they got some questions about them. Now it was on the news, but now that it's over, I want to do some things. I want to do different things, and I want that person do it too. Now, once we do this thing, even if we're doing something every day, if it comes back to the sex that night, I'm cool with that. Okay, but let's go do something else. I don't want to just lay up all the time. That's other stuff to do.
Yeah.
And just because I don't want to do what you want to do all the time, and you don't want to do what I don't want to do, let's find a place to do. Let's find something to do together. You know,
common ground.
And that's been my issue. Okay, I do look all of this. That's me. Okay, that's what I do. All right, it's done well for me. All right, so I don't want it to stop. And sometimes, and I can take the blame. I can take it all day long. I get so involved in this, and Jeff, I know you do too. I get so involved in this that sometimes I do miss the point of, you know, okay, well, hey, from the woman, I want to do something, but you got your head so far up Dope Living's ass that you know you don't hear me. I'm guilty. I am so guilty.
I have the answer for that.
I am so guilty, and I'm trying to be better, you know, but it's something that's got that.
She's out there, Greg.
I got an answer for that.
Oh, Maurice, I'm cool.
I got an answer for that.
I'm gonna tell you that I'm cool. What's the answer, Suzette? Hey, simply Suzette. The short answer.
Here we go. Every part, and I'm gonna put it like this: every party that you invited to don't mean you have to go. Every argument you invited to don't mean you have to be in it. You have to pick and choose what's important. Things that you can leave alone. That everybody wants to be right all the time about everything.
Right.
Clap button, Greg.
You have to pick, but you have to pick and choose what things are important for you, and that way you come up. It comes up as a compromise. It comes up as a compromise, and you get along. You know, the relationship is better. You know, there, like I said, there are some things with Donnell. I love to cook. I love to cook, and I cook good too. Donnell eats 3 things. It irritates me so bad. But
chicken, pork, and burgers.
Huh?
Chicken, porks, and steaks.
Donnell is lamb, chicken, and turkey. That's all he eats.
Oh,
okay.
He's fresh everything, and it's irritating because, everybody like a pot roast and some potatoes, and he just don't eat up. But I will go ahead and fix what he likes. But in the meantime, there are sometimes I fix what I like.
Well, my wife does the same thing.
Yeah,
because I'm a turkey lover too. I love turkey.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff, I want you to comment on that. But Marcella says sex is important. Get creative, and also that's when different layers of intimacy comes in. Mm-hmm. I said it on another show. Know who you are with. Truly love that person. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, when sex, money, looks, etc. drift away, will you still love that person unconditionally?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
wow, that's good.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Good.
Clap it up.
And like you said, Greg, sometimes we get caught up in everything too. I've been guilty of that, man. You be trying to have so much stuff go on at one time, blah, 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 woo, woo. I think a lot of that is fear of if we don't hit it off, we're going to miss something.
Yep.
We think, because you got to remember, we look at everything as an opportunity.
Yep.
So, one day when we hit that, one day, a bigger opportunity can arise from different connections and different opportunities that we've already taken before. See, it's all a networking game with this thing, man. It's all about who you know. Right. And especially when you're not trying to be in the clique. Now, we can talk about that one day. But when you're not trying to be with the clique, it makes it a little bit harder for you to make connections with people. So you got to kind of hop on stuff a little bit quicker sometimes because, everybody don't have like different avenues or platforms that they can use or everything. Everybody don't have stuff that's just given to them, or they pay a fee a year or a month, and now they belong to this group that can just get it for them. Yep. It's a lot of people that don't want to be a part of that. Yep. People want to be free. They want to do whatever they want to do. I don't want to be, I hear you, Greg. I don't want to be tied down to nobody.
Right.
I want to make my own decisions. And then with stuff that's going to come later on, shoot, man, come October, man, end of October, me and my wife, we about to be hitting it. So, then we got to kind of make time and make room for other things. But I said, baby, if we make the time, we good. We got to make time together.
You're in a great situation because your wife, because we're going to speak it in there, it's already happening. Your wife is basically into what you're doing. Period. You guys are helping each other do it, okay? But what if you're in a situation where the other person doesn't express any interest in doing what you're doing? All right.
Yeah, that's
hard.
It's tough because when you have passion for what you do, I don't ever want to try to convince nobody and say, "Hey, bad, look at what's going on." I want you to take an interest into it. At least, you know what I mean? If you know that I put my heart, blood, sweat, and tears into something, you know what I mean? It's like, ask about it. Maybe show up for something. like with the show you got, Greg, I hope that your woman out here, she watching the show and she might chime in a little bit. We
hey, Coach Real, I got something for you.
What's up?
My first wife, I got accused of being out there, humping around and everything because of the time I put into business and, making those strides in management and things. And, it wasn't like my paycheck didn't reflect it, my paycheck reflected everything that I was out there doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting, bro.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Because be included.
Yeah.
Huh? But see, sometimes women sometimes women and men, depending on who's more career or goal oriented, they try to figure out where they fit into another person's life.
Right.
Like, what can I do?
What can I do to help?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did an episode when I first met Donnell of Simply Suzette at the library. I told him I wanted to do it at the library. So I said, well, I'm going to have to find a U-Haul to take my furniture and stuff down. Oh, baby, don't worry about it. He came down there. He bought his truck. He loaded up every piece of furniture in there. He wouldn't let me touch nothing.
Wow.
He took it all upstairs. He put it all out. He hooked it all up. I couldn't believe that because I'd never had anybody to be
hella support like
interested
that.
in anything. It made me cry at the end of the night because after then, he made everything fit perfectly. Hey, Gina. He made everything fit perfectly, and it was really inspiring to me for me to go ahead and keep doing it. So he's he really wants me to do this. He's really, and he's investing in me. I should say it like
it goes both ways, just like Look Dinner said, they shouldn't stop you from your passion, him or her. Hopefully both have a passion. And she's absolutely right. You guys are supposed to compliment each other. And Jeff, Maurice, and Suzette, you guys are perfect examples of that. Both of you guys,
previous relationship.
You guys, I'm saying all three of you guys have, Uji does and Gina as well. You guys have spouses, mates that are
supportive.
Yeah, they're very supportive, and they want you to succeed. On the other side, you guys support them as well,
right?
Which makes a great communication. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, and I can only speak for me. I have not really, and Jeff, you kind of hit on it. It's like I do this. This is my income. Okay, so when I miss out something, and I know, and see also, I talk to people all over the world, and I got to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's only 4 o'clock p.m. there, or they just getting up. I want to be there. I always want to do that. At some point, though, because they say you can't. I mean, you can't take this. You can't take the money with you. All right, and I gotta realize that. At what point, Greg, do you feel that you have enough that you can live your best life? I always say I'm living my best life because I don't have to do anything else. Everything's paid for and this and that. Okay, but am I truly living my best life? No, because the person that I want to be with, I'm just saying in general, person I want to be with is not there because of the fact that I'm not letting them be there. Because of all the other stuff I'm doing in my head, I'm letting them be there, and I'm wondering, well, you shouldn't have a problem with me doing this because this is what I love to do. So wouldn't you rather have me doing something that I love to do as opposed to begrudgingly doing something? I mean,
yeah, because we think people just need access to us. People have access to us, we think they're okay, but
I think
a lot of times that's not the case. What you
access? I like that.
Well, my ex, it was a thing to where she was really jealous. I mean, she had a jealousy issue.
See, that's one of the. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow, Ashley. But go ahead.
She had a mega jealousy issue. I mean, she would talk about taking offices apart if I was in the offices and stuff. And I'm like, really? Is it that deep? I'm trying to make us look like superstars, and you sitting up here making us look like trash. You know what I'm saying? And so, it was really hard for me sometimes, and not just really just snap.
Greg,
Dennis said the passionate person with a couch potato was a problem.
Oh yes,
yeah.
And Jeff, she wants you to expand on access. Go ahead, Suzette, real quick.
I think that the person that you should be with, Greg, is a person that would be with the doctor. Now, if a person was a doctor's wife, the doctor's wife is not going to be tripping because he ain't home and he ain't doing this.
She know.
And that because he's a doctor or what profession that makes a lot of money or that has a lot of stuff with it, a lot of accolades and stuff like that with it, because it's good, being a doctor, you associate that with money, and the person that you are going to be with, or the person that you should be with, I think, should be the person that understands your schedule, can trust what you do, and just be all right with it. Okay, but that's the thing, they got to be all right with it. They have to be in agreement with you and what it is, because if you were a doctor, she wouldn't have no problem with you getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm a gynecologist, but check this out. Hey, Maurice, I'm gonna get my PhD. But
go ahead.
Suzette, when I give these examples, they're not necessarily about me.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I didn't exactly mean you. But I'm just saying, Greg, you, because you're the one that's talking about it.
Yeah.
So the person, I'm just going to say the person, man. I'm sorry. The person that would be like that would be the person that would be all right with a doctor. You would have to have the same type of mindset because there are no hours.
Right.
No hours that you work, and there's no days off that you work.
Yeah.
You know, when you do that. So a person that would understand what you're doing would have to be a person that would have the same understanding they would if you were in the medical field.
Well, understand creativity is not a 9 to 5. Hold on for a second. Creativity is a 24/7, 365. And you know, whenever you called to do what you need to do, you need to go do it.
Right.
You know, and a person that has to understand that's like, you know, my wife now, she know if I say that I got to do something, we got to do something, or she's got to do something, I know she's got to do something for fashion or whatever, she go ahead and do it. And just like Suzette said, I fill up trucks and cars and take stuff that she needs. I mean, racks and racks of clothes and things that she has, and you know, to support her people, go pick them up, bring them to the fashion show, whatever I need to do.
She does fashion shows?
Yes, she does fashion shows and fashion. She's been doing fashion for
I want Jeff to comment on that. Look, then it says access. Say more about that.
And so what I meant by access earlier was, for instance, you know, if you have we'll say if you're married, you live under the same roof, you always have access to that person every single day. Easy, unlimited access, easy to that person. You know that when you come home, they're gonna be right there. But see, there's different levels to access, yo. You know, you want somebody to have access to you in everything that you do. So what I meant by access is that, like, for instance, me and Megan, we talked about this. Me and my baby, we talked about how we believe that two people's purposes can come together so that you can work on to manifest something bigger than what you've been called to do on your own. So that was a very big thing with us, and I was just thankful that she believed in that, because I always believed in that, you know, because when you become one, you're a team, you know what I mean? So,
without a doubt.
Yeah, you become a team. So that was a big thing for us. So that's what I mean by access. So as time goes on and both me and Megan grow in our respective fields and such, you know, with her in law and me getting even deeper into the coaching, you know, she has plans to incorporate a law firm with coaching and different things. And you know, it's just how things can coincide with each other. We necessarily don't have to work together, but we can bounce back and forth. The idea, there's all of that, you know. So I know what she's doing, she know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So sometimes they don't always need to be where you are. They just need to understand what you're doing. Like when you're a doctor, like Suzette said earlier, when you're a doctor, you have understanding that the doctor's going to do that. Once it's explained, once they know the process, the time that it takes to do everything, they need access to your career. That's what it is. Need access to your, not just the person or the man or the woman, but the career.
Yep, there you go. Look, then it says creatives are special people. She's one, cut from a different cloth. Yeah, I mean,
you know,
that's facts right there, man. Look, I drank. Don't judge me. I drank Red Bull so that I can do this show, because 14 hours is a long drive. A long ass drive.
Bro, you drove?
Father and son.
Oh, y'all okay? Tag team.
Road trip.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I drove to Dallas from here, so I mean that's 12 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know.
Look, I got to go to Detroit to support opening up a church. That's 4 hours. I ain't want to take
4 hours, 4.5.
Take that out. I don't want to take that, but I'm gonna do it. But I ain't driving no 12.
Man,
you know, it was an experience, and it taught me a lot.
I bet.
Drive, it taught me that I'm not going to ever do that again.
Get on a plane.
I'm flying from this point forward. That American Express is going to start being used, you know, instead of just taking space in my catalog of my wallet. Start using that. Look, then it says, yeah, she kicked you out of bed for your international call. Hey, look, then ain't nobody kicking me out of no bed. All right, I'll kick her out. for trying to make an international call.
Greg said I left voluntarily.
That ain't gonna happen. What you say, Suzette?
Jeff Rutherford, do you do grief counseling?
No, but I can. Everything that I
life.
how I do
life.
It's all about life, yo. So you know, I can do it all, yo. I don't limit myself here. We help the people.
Oh, you're in Gary, right?
Yeah, I'm in Gary. Yep.
Hey, but Suzette, here's the thing. That's a business. It costs.
I ain't mad, man. I know that.
Well, I just say you. I'm just saying in general.
Got a little hourly rate there. Let me throw something out. You know, we got an hourly rate, you know, and we also have a 6-month, 1 year, and 2 year options as well. You know, I'm not going to discuss pricing right here, but you know, feel free to inbox a brother. Give me a call. Something like that. You know, we can discuss that. I'm very flexible.
And I wasn't saying that to insinuate anything. I'm just saying, you know, we all, including what you do, we are all business people, okay? And you know, yes, we want to help everybody, okay? But at the end of the day, it's a business, all right?
But you know, whenever you talk about supporting people, always talking about, I'm supporting your business. You should support in the way that the business is run. If it's $50 an hour, don't be asking for no deals. Don't do that.
That's true.
Let that person offer it.
They can always ask. You can always ask me for a deal. Okay? If you know people, I look. People don't hear this and that. You ask me to do something for you, I got you. Okay. But if you tell your friend, oh, my guy Greg is going to blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I got them too at a cost.
Right.
Well, I used to have this thing where, you know, I'd be installing a machine, you know, and, you know, brother, can you break us off a little bit on, you know, at that time there was pot lines, plain old phone lines. And, you know, they wouldn't have their shit together. They didn't call AT&T or whoever they needed to call at that time to get a phone line put in. They want me to run it from the DMARC to the ATM. And I'm thinking to myself, Ameritech or AT&T is charging $125. That's what I'm charging. Oh, bro, can you give me a break for that? I said, well, your gas is, you know, at that time 99 cents a gallon. Give me your gas for 25 cents a gallon, and maybe we could talk. Then it's a problem. You know, I'm not gonna cut your shine down. Don't cut mine. You know.
Yeah, I just believe in paying people what they, you know.
Sure.
I just do.
I agree too. But you know, it's been many times you done paid $10,000 for this ATM at the time. That's what they cost, and you don't want to pay me my $125. You want me to climb up there, mess around with all that insulation and all that other stuff, come from the back, no telling what kind of rats and things going on. And I done ran into being and his friends a few times, you know, doing that stuff. So
no freebies. It cost that net or no freebies. Hey, let me ask you, Jeff. I know you're a very busy man, okay, but what's your availability tomorrow?
I'm good tomorrow. I get off work at 3 p.m. and I'm good.
I need you, Suzette.
Yes.
7 o'clock.
Yep.
Maurice.
Yes, I should be back. I should be back in town by then.
Because tomorrow, look, we love each other, but we can't stop fighting.
Ooh.
Right?
There's some problems there.
And another part of it is, how would you deal, or how can you deal, or how do you deal with domestic violence?
You don't.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, let's get into it, okay? But I really want to talk about that. You know, hey, we love each other. We love each other so much, but we always fighting.
That's a jacked up definition of love right there.
Yeah, right. Where's love in any of that? Just an oxymoron.
But I'm gonna need y'all to come on tomorrow, and we're gonna talk about this tomorrow.
Okay. Bigger than a Snickers, but then I don't want to eat nothing. Get out of here.
I ain't eating there.
Oh, shoot.
That's crazy.
Because, you know, I guess
I'll be upside my head. I ain't woman for
you're supposed to be.
Hey, you just went out. You done lost it now. You just.
No, we ain't gonna talk about it right now. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. But look, hey, Jeff, Suzette, Maurice, thank you guys for hanging out with me today and taking the place of some of the regulars. Okay, shout out to Chris Lane, shout out to Ujima, shout out to Gina. A little bit busy, and you know, we ain't never gonna be short of nobody being on this show. Okay,
you ain't lying about that.
Final words, Maurice.
Well, like I said, like we've said in the past, you have to know your mate. You know your mate. All that other stuff that we didn't talked about kind of falls into place. You know what I mean?
Cool. Suzette?
It just pays to be transparent, and it pays to at your age. You know, stay in the level. Yeah, stay in the level where you at. You know, you can't be 60, talking 20. You gotta, you gotta just, you gotta be at the right level. That's what I'm
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Jeff?
I'm gonna keep it consistent. My thing is, know who you are first, so that way you in control of everything else that going in your life. Know who you are and love you, so then you know how to benefit you.
And my final comment, kind of coincides with Suzette. Two popsicle sticks in a rubber band. Back your age.
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
If it ain't working, prop it up.
Kickstand.
DopelivenTV Live. Hey, look, tomorrow, man. Look, I love you so much. Why can't we stop fighting? Okay, I need all of you guys to tune back in tomorrow and check us out. Okay, it's DopelivenTV.
I got windshield time tomorrow. I'm gonna think about that one.
Think about it. We got time. Actually 24 hours. We will be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys. All right. Thank you,
right, man. Peace
out, brother.
See ya.
And all of that. Okay, Suzette.
Hi.
With a good wig tomorrow. All right.
I got you.
Put it on. Put it on.
I take my headband off. I got you. I got you.
Put that headband off. You ain't Lou Alcindor. Let's go.
I'm gonna put on a new set of lashes for you.
Woohoo!
No used lashes for you, Greg.
I can't wait. Then I won't have the anyway. All right, DopelivenTV Live.
I know who you want. I know. I got you.
Peace.
You got me? All right. DopelivenTV Live, y'all. We'll see you. Jeff, I'm gonna put your name up there, dude.
All right, my man.